Thank you for joining Dying of Exposure's new series, You Battle Learn with Shubzilla. My name is Steve, and of course I'm here with Shubzilla, as this is a series where she teaches us, or more specifically just me, about things I don't know anything about. I wanted to do this because Shubs has a lot of pieces of fandom knowledge that I've never come into significant contact with.
I mean, I have little snippets, right? I mean, I'm not like the be-all, end-all of fandom knowledge per se, but I have a few things that I'll share.
You have some things.
I have a few gems, if you will, some notes.
Shubzilla is a nerdcore / indie hip-hop artist in a group Shubzilla and Bill Beats, or Shubzilla X Bill Beats. Mm-hmm. X stands for and.
Thank you.
Mathematically. So Shubzilla and Bill Beats, and I've been friends with her for a number of years, so we're going to get started. It's basically just something where she has deep knowledge about something I don't have, and if I don't have that knowledge, maybe you don't, and so she can educate you. And because I helped drag her along to a film recently, our inaugural episode is about cats.
God.
Not the animal, which everyone knows and loves.
Yeah.
But the movie, the cinematic masterpiece. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, so I want to open this up by saying I saw The Center of Madness. I was there. It felt so Lovecraftian to see that fucking movie. I felt like I was staring into the eyes of whatever Lovecraftian creature there was that like brought about the end of days or whatever the shit is. I never read Lovecraft, but
it's very anti-Semitic.
Oh, God.
It's also not very fond of black people.
Oh.
It's good writing, but in a different time.
Is it?
No, it is. It's well written.
Okay.
You can be racist and talented, as we've discovered.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I don't.
But less about Lovecraft and more about cats. Cats. Like
we descended into the eye of madness.
Yeah,
the tornado, the hurricane. I say that is madness.
To be clear, I recommend everyone see this film.
Oh.
You need to see it. There's not going to be yes, because so there's tons of good superhero movies. There's great independent films. There's a bunch of films that make white people feel a little less bad about being racist.
Like Cats.
Like Cats. There are very few movies that have money and actors and such behind them that are a spectacle of tragedy like Cats was the film. And I had the gift of not knowing any of the music from Cats beside Memories. And so it was all new to me. And then it made it more confusing because I'm like, why would this movie? Why? So Shubs, let's go backwards a bit. I know you have some notes about some things you want to talk about.
I do.
And so let's just work through some of your journaled thoughts in your madness diary that you have in front of you. Is that in the same notebook that you write lyrics in?
Yeah.
You deign to taint your lyrical notebook with even considerations upon the movie Cats?
So, quick tangent for those of you that are new to me, which why? So when I write songs and what have you, I write via pen and paper. So I have like
Very
a physical,
analog.
Yeah, I have a physical notebook and I write in pencil. So anytime I'm doing any sort of like creative endeavor, it usually will be in my songbook, regardless of what it is. If it's a podcast, interview, if it's lyrics, random bars that will go nowhere, that's all in here. So, God, where the shit do I begin? So I would say that Cats was doomed to fail from the start. So it is based off of this book by T.S. Eliot, like the practical Guide to Cats or some fuckery. I'll pull it up here in a minute.
It's called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
But it's basically like this anthology of like short poems about different kinds of cats. So already you have no plot structure at all. And
strong choice.
Yeah, strong choice. And the musical was, I guess, orchestrated, for lack of a better term, by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Mm-hmm.
Now
3 names, which either means Broadway or presidential assassin.
Yep.
Those are the 2 options.
Oh my God, that's true. Oh God, that's true. Andrew Lloyd Webber, who brought us Jesus Christ Superstar and The Phantom of the Opera, decided that cats was a thing. We are also joined by Babbyzilla, who also has feelings about cats.
At months old.
At months old.
She instinctually grokked that cats was a terrible thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She wasn't even in the theater because Shubs isn't that kind of a parent.
No,
to bring
absolutely
a several-month-old into a movie theater.
No, that's inappropriate.
But she felt the energy when we returned.
Mm-hmm. She really did. And anyway, so Andrew Lloyd Webber, who brought us fucking Jesus Christ Superstar and The Phantom of the Opera, which
Ghost of in the Technicolor Dreamcoat too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like, I think they're dope musicals. I think they're dope. Like, hooray for you. But in the middle of that, cats. Like, it was.
I believe they're Jellicle cats.
Oh God! Like, we're not. Ugh. We'll get into the Jellicle cats thing in a minute, but like, the audacity of just being like, what would be great on Broadway? Let's do a musical adaptation of an anthology of cats. That's right, Babby. A musical anthology of cats. There's no plot. There is kind of, if you pay real attention to the lyrics, but who is? Because everyone is dressed like a cat, or in the case of the movie, everyone's CGI'd as cats. And I mean, you can't possibly pay attention to any sort of like dialogue or plot, because the initial shock that is Jason Derulo in all fur is just enough to like take you away from any sort of plot, because oh my fucking Christ, these actors and dancers are CGI'd with fur, or have fur CGI'd on them. You get my point.
Yeah. Like, if I recall correctly, and I might be misremembering this because I've never seen the musical Cats.
Mm-hmm.
The most I've seen of the musical Cats was at your home when you brought up a comparison of Rum Tum Tugger movie, and we'll get into that. I feel like the costumes in the movie it's CG'd fur, and it's appropriately like shaped to be cat fur. Right. So cat fur, for the most part, you have short, medium, and long hair cats, and then hairless cats, and then that's it. That's all of the cat furs that you have.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty consistent across the body, and they went with that in the movie. In the Broadway piece, they kind of go with a bit more of an influence of Wildcat pieces, where they have like tufts of fur on like the spandex.
Yeah. So they're dressed in unitards with the leg warmers that do have fur.
Yeah.
Their headpieces and their makeup very cat-like. Cause you get that. Yes, these are cats, and there are actors playing these roles.
Yeah.
Like, you get that. Like,
it doesn't step into the uncanny valley, because it is far from trying to be like, but like, what if people evolved from cats?
Yeah.
Like the Cats movie does. Mm-hmm. Where the people, they don't look anything like Cat from Red Dwarf. They just look like
the cat from Red Dwarf is a treasure.
They look like body horror cats.
Cronenberg cats.
They've got human faces, so they got like a Sphinx thing going on. But like, then their arms and legs are human, but then their fur and like CG is very accurately cat, and so
But that
It's
was
tough.
that. Well, they pulled a Bethesda where they had a patch, like what, the day after or 2 days
yeah,
after?
like 2 days after the film came out, they patched that opening weekend patch
Yeah.
to fix. But that doesn't even fix most of the cat CGI.
No.
What it does is it fixes some of those floating face problems that they apparently had in the movie. All right, so let's break Cats down. So Cats is a musical, right?
Yep.
And it doesn't have a plot in the original form because it was a book of poems by T.S.
Yeah.
Eliot. So I guess the most important thing in a musical, if it's not the plot, because that doesn't exist apparently, and it doesn't exist in the musical apparently either. I know nothing about the musical.
It's a loose plot. You know, like these cats all get together. That's right. My babby is giving a brief synopsis of,
It's pretty much as intelligible as the plot is. Just
yeah, I mean, spot on, my child. So cats. So there's these group of cats called the Jellicle cats, and they're meeting up to have the Jellicle ball, where one of them is chosen to go to the Heaviside Lair, where they get to be reincarnated into whatever the hell they want. Like that's the loose plot. That's basically why they're there. That's why we're learning about these goddamn people or cats.
Don't call them people.
Yeah, no,
If
they're
there's
not
anything
people.
I learned about watching the movie Cats, there's no humanity in that film.
None. But that's the general plot. And that's the musical and a little bit the movie. And I say that because there's also an underlying plot in the movie with McCavity, who is the villain, if you will. And they really try to make his role a more prominent role. So he does things in the movie that they don't do in the musical.
Which,
terrible.
for better or worse, you'd think Idris Elba, like I'm in. And I will say, from the movie's perspective, Idris Elba's transitions in and out of scenes were my favorite, because he does this thing where he disappears, but he has to do like a cat noise right before it.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like Idris Elba went to a voice actor and they're like, how would you voice a feline for an animated an animated feature? He made the cat noise that you or I or anyone might make jokingly as a humanized cat noise. And it was like things like "rawr," and then that's it.
And
because
then
it turns out that regular cats only really have their hiss and their mew and that chittering thing they do when they're hunting birds. And then that's it. Like the cats don't have a lot of vocal range on them.
No, they don't.
And you couldn't have them mew like house cats, because it would have been weird to just watch a bunch of people occasionally just go "rawr," and then that's it.
And then disappear.
But they don't even do that. They don't even make a cat noise. They just they sooner say meow,
Yeah.
So there's a loose plot. Let's get to the music. How, on a scale of, let's just do an Andrew Lloyd Webber scale right here, on a scale of going deaf
Jesus.
to Phantom,
Going deaf to Phantom. All right.
where is Cats?
Okay. So, to be honest, I would give it a 6. Because the songs are okay. Like, they're not bad. They are catchy. So like, Memory's catchy because everybody
theater knows that song.
Well, every theater audition I've been to, there's always that one hoe that wants to do Memory for their audition piece.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, right? And there's Magical Mr. Mistopheles. That one gets stuck in my head hella, and I can't. And McCavity's songs. So they're catchy songs, and they are pretty good, but they're hella corny for me. Like, I'm not a fan of that just at all.
But what if they came out of the mouths of Jason Derulo and Taylor Swift?
No.
But
Jason Derulo, he's cool and whatever. I have opinions on Taylor Swift that I'm not going to get into on this episode.
Yeah, I think the cheese comes purely lyrically. Yeah. I noticed that lyrically, the movie, and I assume they use the lyrics from the musical.
Yeah.
The movie, there's nothing clever about the lyrics in Cats. The songs, the melodies are catchy.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the point with musicals though, because the idea is that the characters are so overcome with emotion and catharsis that they burst out into song, and that's like a part where it's like we're about to say some real heavy shit through song. Pay your ass attention because there are chord changes or whatever.
The music, it's not like it's gonna be great. It's not going to blow people away. Some people may like it more than others. It's definitely earwormy. Okay, next step in a musical. So we have plot, we have music. What about the dancing?
The dancing I fucks with. So there is a difference between Cats, I think 1980s some odd. It might have been like late 80s that the film of the musical happened versus now. The choreography in the movie is very contemporary to today, whereas in the 80s, late 80s, like the jazz styles were very, very different. Lots of jazz hands, lots of melty things. I don't know how else to explain it without like showing. But I like the dance was great. I did appreciate how they had the twins in there. For those of you that don't know who those folks are, they are a twin brother duo that does a lot of freestyle, very pop and locky, very liquidy kind of movements they have, and they're hella dope. Look them up. And the actress that played Victoria is an incredibly skilled and trained ballerina. So they really had folks in the movie that really were dancers first, actors second, and you can tell. Whereas in the musical, everybody had to dance. Cats the musical is a very dance-heavy production. And that's where I think the movie fails, is because you have all these dancers and they're doing their thing. They're doing it well. It's great. I do have some criticisms about how they filmed the choreography, but the principal characters are not dancers with the exception of Victoria. And that's the part that I think they failed. Well, I shouldn't say failed, but that's definitely a shortcoming, because you're coming from a very dance-heavy production and then you're trying to put in actors that don't have that training. I mean, I think I would have appreciated Cats more had everybody in the cast been a dancer. It would have definitely put them at risk of being like a Save the Last Dance or Step Up or what have you. But it would have at least brought more strength into the movie. I think the only non-dancery part would be Grisabella, Gus, and Old Deuteronomy.
Yeah, of course.
So those roles aren't very dance centric, but everything else was, and that sucked that they were not dance centric in the movie.
It was no Step Up 3D.
No, it certainly was not.
It was
Step Up 3D.
It was not, no Step Up All In.
No.
Or Step Up China, which apparently came out last year.
Oh, okay. Well, nary a Bring It On. Nary a Bring It On.
Not even a Bring It On again?
Nay.
There's a third one, but I can't remember. There's
really?
5 of them. There's a TV series too.
They're going like Air Bud. Are they going the route of Air Bud where they just have like tons of volumes?
And eventually the pom-poms can talk or something like that.
Yeah, the pom-poms are going to talk and then becomes an animated series.
As a person that's seen all of the, we'll call it original series Air Bud movies, I can tell you that Cats feels like it could go there. It could go in that movie set. Nobody said Cats can't worship some sort of cult order where they make up an annual offering to what I assume is death.
Yep. No, that's exactly what it is.
It feels like there's so much more plot not being talked about in Cats.
No, like the Jellicle cats are straight up a cult.
Yeah.
Like that's another point I wanted to bring up. This movie is straight up about a cult and that cult mentality of, hey, we're having this ball. We're Jellicle cats and we're going to repeat that so that they're short.
Don't you want to be a Jellicle cat?
Right, they're short of handing out pamphlets at the PetSmart down the street.
Hey, that's a nice PetSmart.
It is a nice PetSmart. Yeah.
I get my prescription dog food there.
Yeah, but you don't want to be handed a pamphlet.
I don't want. Have you heard the good news about Jellicle cats? Have you heard the good news about Jellicle Jesus?
God, no.
Quick question.
Quick answer?
Do you think that if they had gone wackier on the cast, that the movie would have come across more like the movie as is sort of thing? Where, because I mean, you got Idris Elba,
right?
And yeah, he's super famous from Ghost Rider 2, but great movie, definitely better than the first Ghost Rider.
Is it really?
It in the way that it is in an origin story, yes.
Okay. All right.
In the way that it's more funly bad, absolutely.
Okay.
So. Do you think it would have been better if they just went with a wackier cast? Like they made it almost a children's movie?
I mean, maybe if they made it a children's movie, sure. But that doesn't negate the fact that there's no real plot in Cats to begin with. I mean, like I said earlier, the movie and the musical were set up to fail in that aspect. So if you wanted a plot, you were not going to get a clear one.
Okay. Dancing, good.
Yep.
Singing, music-wise, arrangements, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Not the worst. Casting choices. Plot all over the place and absent at the same time. Let's talk about the look of those cats. Who would you say is the sexiest cat from the movie Cats?
No one gets that honor.
Who would you say is maybe the cat that you would want to take home to your parents and say that you're getting married to?
None of them. I would take one of them to have as a Kayet. It would probably be Victoria. She seems like a really nice cat. So I think she would be child friendly. I would
take, which one was the magic cat?
Mr. Mistopheles.
Mr. Mistopheles would be the cat that I would take.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
I already have a tuxedo cat, so
why not? Why not too?
Why not too? Shubs.
Steve.
If you were going to make a television series based off Cats the Musical, which is obviously the next step, right? If it doesn't work in film, you take it to TV. Would you write a plot for it, or would you just make it a bunch of dance videos?
I would style it kind of like how Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone have their own little stories.
Oh, where each episode was like a song?
Yeah.
Like the Dolly Parton series on Netflix. So you'd make an anthology-ish.
Yeah. Because it's more true to the original, I guess, source, right? Yeah. It's more true to the source.
Yeah, to the poems.
And you don't have to worry about a plot because it would just be these little stories about each individual character. And yay.
Live action or animated?
Animated, I would say. I mean, I guess if you wanted to go the route of live action, that would be all right too. But
back to spandex though.
Probably back to spandex. I mean, I guess you could do CGI, but I mean, you're gonna have to go the route of Sonic the Hedgehog, where if you're gonna do that, then there's gotta be more fixes to what the characters look like versus whatever the fuck they did in the movie.
Since you won't marry any of the cats, if you had to hook up one of the cats with Sonic from the Sonic movie coming up, which cat would you hook up with him?
This is tough. I need to think about this. Probably Rum Tum Tugger.
Yeah.
Because they're both they both are fun characters,
yeah.
right? So I think that would be, I guess, a great pairing.
And they both definitely fuck. That's pretty clear.
Yeah, very clear.
Yeah, and so yeah, I think Rum Tum Tugger. If Cats made a sequel, which I don't know how it would, but if it did, and you had to pick one act, everyone wants to come back. Everyone wants to come back.
Really?
It was so successful the first time with its $6 million opening. Everyone wants to come back to do Cats 2. Which actor or actress would you definitively remove from the cast? Who do you think hurt Cats the most?
And this isn't because I dislike her, but I would remove Taylor Swift. The cat that she played, Bomb Ballerina, actually has a larger role in the musical. Like, she's in a lot more musical numbers. She interacts with the cats. She's not like the sub boss, right? That she was in the movie. So I would take her out because she even the song McCavity, right, that she sings, that could have easily been done by any of the other characters because they know about McCavity. So this is kind of the tale that they're telling each other about why McCavity is a villainous cat, so to speak. That could have easily been handled by other characters. So yeah, Taylor Swift.
If you had to pick one director to direct the next Cats movie, the inevitable Cats sequel, Cats 2, Cats Across the World.
Electric Boogaloo.
Cats 2, Cats Again. Cats 2, Cats Me If You Can. Cats 2, On a Hot Tin Roof, which is a weird musical crossover that I might be interested in exploring in a mashup someday. If you could pick one director.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Taika Waititi.
I think that would have been better, especially for the moments where they want to have that sense of humor. I think he would have been a much better director for that.
Oh, yeah. So I would definitely say him or Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Emotional fucking horrifying cats.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's go.
I'm into it. I mean, Cats, the benefit of Cats 2 is that it's not based off the original musical Cats, so it can have like a story and characters and shit that matter.
Yeah. Who was the one that did The Room?
Oh, Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau's Cats, I would get into.
Yeah, I think
he should have directed this one.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, the movie didn't make sense. Tommy Wiseau doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Idris Elba, take off your jacket. It'll be sexy, not weird. You're a cat, and now we realize that some of the cats are naked.
But yeah, now I think those would be my 3 picks. And I think it would have been far better than how the movie turned out because then you have this element of, okay, this is going to be pretty lighthearted. It's not going to be a serious thing. Even if Jordan Peele was directing it, it's just a light movie.
How do you feel about the lack of Garfield in the movie Cats?
Terrible decision. Terrible choice. Garfield hates Mondays.
He hates Mondays.
That's
the whole song right there.
And he loves lasagna.
Mondays.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love food that I can't digest well.
Yeah, where was that song, Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah, it's totally dropped the ball.
Jesus.
I said Garfield, but what I should have said is Heathcliff, because he's more in that Jellicle cat space. He lives in a dump, doesn't he?
Yeah, he lives in like a junkyard.
In a junkyard. And so Heathcliff would have fit like right in with the Jellicle cats.
And so would his girlfriend Cleo, because a lot like the tufts of fur that are on her are very similar to the costuming of Cats the Musical.
Yep. If you could get the 2 hours back that you spent watching Cats, would you, or do you feel like it was necessary for you to see this film?
In the sense of spending time with loved ones, no.
Yeah, it's definitely something to see with a group of people, preferably mostly people that don't know anything about Cats the Musical and have not seen it before.
I tried to warn y'all. I really did.
I was ready. I was down the moment it came out and got such bad reviews. I'm like, I'm ready for this.
Yeah,
Like,
I was not surprised by the shitty reviews.
A memorable dumpster fire is a much more enjoyable experience than the fourth Bourne movie, right? Like who gives a shit about another James Bond movie with Daniel Craig? Cats the Musical 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Hip hop soundtrack?
No.
Rap musical? It
No.
worked for Hamilton.
No. That. Screamo.
Screamo?
Yeah,
Screamo
infant
cats?
Screamo.
Infant screamings.
Yep.
Cats
Yeah,
2.
infant Screamo. Is a
Infant
sound.
Screamo?
Yeah, because you know what?
It's also a musical style like locked into its time.
Yeah.
So it would date itself almost immediately.
Yep.
Because we've already moved past it.
Yep. Or it can go the route of American Idiot and take all of its soundtrack from like a band. Kind of like how Saturday Night Fever did with the Bee Gees.
Think there's room for Cats the Musical, the movie, the game?
Oh my Christ. What would that even look like?
What would a Cats game based off the movie look like?
Okay.
Dating sim? I really want to fuck these cats.
No, it would have. Okay. Well, it could be a fighting game because again, loose plot means, like
that does sound like fighting game.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely has fighting game material. I would say JRPG, just to be mean, just to be upsetting, just to upset somebody out there that is a fan of JRPGs and just will
Persona 6 Cats.
Oh my Christ, yes.
Or
a puzzle game. Because why not? Why not make it a puzzle game?
Why not make it a mobile game with microtransactions where you get new Jellicle cats? You could do it like the Marvel mobile game where you have to collect different cats with different abilities and they get into battles with other cats.
Yeah.
And they all have different squad team ups and there's tons of unlockables, but you can buy your way to success with this Cats, the movie, the game, based off of the musical, based off the T.S. Eliot poem.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need to get the money back somehow, right?
Novelization of the film Cats?
Oh, God.
Audiobook.
You know Scholastic Books is going to be on that, right? You already know.
Are there Cats... Before I look it up, are there Cats action figures?
I don't know. But
and now I'm going to look this up.
Yeah, now you have to look this up because I might want one.
All right. So there's not a movie Cats action figure, it appears.
That is a shame and a missed opportunity.
But if you want action figures from the Cats musical, they do exist in very specific collectible toy fashions.
Okay.
The internet provides where Mattel and Hasbro fail us. The internet does not. You can get a Rum Tum Tugger action figure with 28 points of articulation from a creator online. You can go to Etsy and get some Cats things. But they won't look like the movie. So it's weird. Okay, so imagine if the world was backwards and rather than Transformers that every child wanted in the 80s, this child wanted GoBots and you gave them Transformers. Because Cats the Musical, the movie, is the GoBots of the Transformers universe that is Cats the original musical.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
And when I say Transformers, I mean Michael Bay's Transformers, because Cats the Musical is still not the greatest musical, but
no. You're
no
not,
Phantom.
You're not wrong. You know what? There's a crew neck sweatshirt in here that has the Cats musical logo. I might need to cop that.
Yep.
Because what is life anymore?
So when is the Cats the Musical, the movie themed EP coming out from you and Bill Beats?
No.
Using music cut up into hip hop beats.
No, because he needed to have been there to see this catastrophe, and I'm glad he missed it.
If you could be a Jellicle cat.
No.
Okay. If the fates deigned to curse you into a Jellicle cat.
That is.
What would your Jellicle name be? It's one of the three names. All cats, of course, as we know from the musical, have more than one name. There's the name they tell no one.
Yeah.
And then there's...
I don't know. I literally don't know what it would be. It would have to be something that sounds like whimsical. You know, like how Lemony Snicket sounds hella whimsical.
Yeah, right.
It'll have to be some fuck shit like that. I don't know. Let me see here. Wait, there must be. Okay, there has to be some sort of fun bullshit internet thing where you can do a quiz and name your Jellicle cat.
Angelfire.com/PA5/Mistomania/JName.html.
Okay.
Has the Jellicle Name-O-Matic.
Okay, I'm on a different one from ramenmonkey.com.
Yeah.
Where it's Felina's Jellicle Names Generator.
Okay, first, from the movie Cats, who was your favorite cat? Who's your favorite Jellicle, boy or girl?
I guess Old Deuteronomy.
Okay. What's your favorite activity that begins with a vowel? It's tough.
Begins with a vowel? Why a vowel?
I don't make the rules. Fucking the Jellicle Name-O-Matic from Angelfire.com makes the rules.
Angelfire.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say eating.
Eating. The last three letters of your middle name.
MER.
So per this, Old Deuteronomy, which I'll do dude for, the first few letters of your favorite Jellicle cat, combined with letters that you enjoy of your activity, but not necessarily the first three. It can be the first 3 or 4 or 5. And then lastly, it's supposed to be a suffix of another fucking Jellicle cat, but that's too many Jellicle cats. So this is a flawed thing to begin with. So yours would be Dudemer. Yours would be Dudemer.
It would be Dudemer.
And you know what? That's not a terrible Jellicle cat name. That could have gone a lot worse.
You know what? So I did this one from Rum and Monkey, and it said that my Jellicle cat name is Silhouette. Which, okay.
That's too logical of a name though for a Jellicle cat,
well,
right?
I mean, there's Magical Mr. Mistopheles pulls
a lot.
mice out of hats,
but
and Old Deuteronomy is old.
Yeah, I guess your name can either be ridiculous or a reference to some classical literature character.
So Anne of Green Gables.
Gable is a fun syllable. We'll get there.
Yeah. How about a book from the Bible? Gable Exodus? Gable Ablation?
Gable Ablation. Done. Gable Ablation is Shubzilla's Jellicle cat name.
What the fuck?
My Jellicle cat name, as you know, is Steve.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just Steve.
It's just Steve. It's always Steve in all universes.
Yeah.
But Gable Ablation. Oh, that just rolls right
heft.
off the tongue.
That's heft. I mean, there are words that I know can rap with gay labelation. I'm just so sad that there are words that rhyme with it. Yeah. But it's fine.
So we're going to get a list of Jellicle cat name generators, and we want the listeners to put their Jellicle cat names in there, or don't, because you don't want to play that stupid game. It's up to you.
But you should play it, because why not? Why not participate?
No, my actual listener call to action is fuck, marry, kill. Jellicle cats. Fuck, marry, kill, Shubs. Jellicle cats. Who would you fuck, who would you marry, and who would you kill?
Oh, I would definitely not, I wouldn't kill them, because that would be terrible.
Nope, they gotta die.
Okay, who are the thief cats? Rumple Teaser and Mungo Jerry?
Yeah.
Because here's the deal, like, I don't think they do this in the musical, but definitely in the movie, they, like, drag Victoria to, like, their home where they, like, mess with the jewelry and steal stuff from their owners and all that, and then they just leave her there.
Yeah,
and
so
escape.
They're the kill.
Yeah, definitely, because it's like, first of all, be team, all right? Like, don't sit there, like, be a part of the team. Like, if you're gonna roll in with squad, leave with squad.
Yeah.
Like, Victoria did nothing out of pocket. She didn't, like, get drunk and hit the bouncer. She didn't hit on anybody. You know, she was just out there having a good time with these two, and they ditched her. Like, that's bitch made shit. Like, fuck those two.
Bitch made shit.
Yeah, well, I'm calling what it is. Y'all gonna learn today about what it is to be a loyal friend. And those two are not. Those two are the type where you got to watch your wallet, watch your partner, watch your stuff around. Like, there is no room for disloyalty, and they are as disloyal as it comes. I'm surprised they didn't, like, turn on each other. I'm surprised they weren't on that, where they're just like, oh, well, I got mines, fuck you. You know, I'm ditching you.
That'll be in Jordan Peele's Cats too.
Oh, good. Good, because that's more realistic. I would love to see that.
Okay, so who are you marrying?
No.
Who are you marrying, Shubs? The game is fuck, marry, kill. You gotta pick one.
I don't want to. None of them are worthy.
I think you said you'd bring home Victoria.
Yeah, I would at least adopt.
So that's close to marriage.
I would adopt Victoria, because she'd be a great cat for my kid. She seems very child friendly, and it really is shitty that whoever it was, like, threw her out in the street to begin with. That's cold, by the way. Like, they don't really touch on that in the movie or the musical, but just the idea of, like, abandoning, like, your animals, like, why not give them to, like, a place that can find a more suitable home. Yeah, a better home, a more suitable owner, like fuck them hoes.
For lack of a better term, fuck. Which Jellicle do you think would be the best in bed?
I would breed together Mr. Mistopheles, Skimbleshanks. Yeah.
Okay, so Skimbleshanks and Mistopheles.
Yeah, because they would make a very precocious, fun cat, very active cat.
Yeah.
You know, which is always fun when you have an active cat. But very congenial, very friendly cat. I'd imagine that they would be the type of cat where they would be timid at first when somebody new comes in, but when that person shows that they're a friendly person, or they've just come over a lot and they're more familiar with this person, then they're going to be, like, sweet and friendly.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we now know which cats Shubs would fuck, which cat Shubs would marry, and which cat Shubs would kill. We want to know what you think, audience. Fuck, marry, kill on cats. For me, the answer to all three is McCavity. He
has kind of like a lock, stock, and two smoking barrels kind of vibe to him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they went that route for, I guess, how delinquent of a cat he is.
Yeah, he looks like he should be hanging out with Jason Statham. So, yeah, I think we learned a lot about cats. I think we better understand cats. If you haven't seen the movie Cats, go see it. Make sure if you want to learn more life lessons and more about media from the consummate Shubzilla, make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube series. If you're listening to us via Spotify or Apple or any kind of podcasting structure, you can, of course, sign up for updates there, as well as you can go to the website Dying of Exposure. Shubzilla, how should they be accessing your content?
Well, go on to noirgrime.com or hit up shubzilla.bandcamp.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, wherever the fuck, at Shubzilla. And also follow my partner in crime, Bill Beats. He's also everywhere on the internet as Bill Beats.
And on the Dying of Exposure series, Bill and Steve's Excellent Adventure. I've been Steve. Thank you very much, Shubzilla. Y'all have a good and magical Jellicle and
Jesus, don't wish that.
cat. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.